Hello, Songbirds. Welcome to this online class on Zoom. Just kind of a quick, short, sweet introduction into sacred music and sound medicine. So, I'm really excited to chat a little bit today about um, the Songbook, the Seeds of Seven Sisters Songbook that I have created into a virtual practice space on my website here. And I'm just popping in and taking this time to offer this free class and sort of just a briefing on what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it so that you have a broader picture before going into this membership space. So I'm just joining you from wherever you are today in my little corner of my personal shala space here in New Mexico. So this space is intended to be our community sanctuary, and as such, I also said that in this class I was going to be talking a little bit about what a private membership association is, which this is. So I'm going to be sure that I touch on that so you can kind of understand. I'm going to give you a little tour through my private membership website, so that may be helpful for you to kind of navigate a little bit and just kind of let you know why now I decided to do this work and put this out into the world. So I'm really, I guess, steeped in music as being my go-to medicine. So I would say for about 12 years now, I have been really diving deep into what, constitutes the idea of music being sacred as opposed to music just being enjoyable or, fun, right? I do not claim to be in any way a professional musician. This is totally not my genre. I am not deeply steeped in theory, music theory. I did take some piano lessons when I was a little girl, and that lasted for about 2 years, and then my teacher moved away, and I never went back to having a professional teacher. And then I had years and years and years of my life where I just kind of loved music. I mean, I grew up in New York, in Long Island, New York, and I went to tons of concerts and, live venue shows. I was a photographer when I was younger, more so than I am now, even though it's a medium that I still love to practice. So I got really into photographing musicians and street artists and performers and doing portraits and things like that as an independent young youth in my early 20s. So music has always been something that I loved to do, but it took a while for me to find it to be something that was therapeutic and healing and really powerful for me as medicine. So a little later on in my life and my journey, after I had left New York and gone cross country and just dove deeper into my spiritual path in many different ways. That took a lot of different things. I found myself with my grandmother, and she, an amazing woman who is no longer in body, but she is definitely one of my spirit guides and angels. She had taken me to a drum circle with her sacred sisters, and they call themselves the Desert Crones, and this is out in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona. And these older crones blew my mind open in a way that I had never experienced before, sitting in a circle, drumming with medicine drums with women and singing sacred songs. And they had a songbook, they were organized. they kind of like went around the circle and would do different songs. You know, whoever was feeling like offering a song would go into that song, and then they would all play together. And that actually became something that like was extremely important in initiating me into wanting to drum, for one, and also in wanting to get my own drum. And I wound up doing that shortly thereafter at another ceremony that she had taken me to, which was a medicine journey, like a drumming journey, where we actually had a guide and we went deep into this meditative journey. And I wound up purchasing the drum that I played that night from the host, and that was a very powerful experience for me as well. So kind of having that as a part of my legacy and part of my, you know, family line, I felt like this was something that really started to move energy in me that created a desire to want to go deeper into music and song and not to be afraid of it. You know, one thing I can say in common that most everybody who comes across my path, who I connect with, even men, it's not always women, you know, there is like a constant, continual thread that has to do with the voice and the throat chakra and wanting to kind of open up and align the heart space with the verbal expression of life, you know? And so that's something that has really touched me, because I've recognized in my own practice that I needed to get out of my way, and I really needed to figure out a way to do that in a safe space. And fortunately for my story, I definitely had that opportunity. I met my partner, who is kind of my musical counterpart, I would say, over 10 years ago now. And that first encounter that we had was around flutes. He's a bamboo flute maker and an amazing handmade instrument maker. He makes unbelievably beautiful things. I'm going to play one of his instruments here today when we get into our song time. So he introduced me to a flute, which was in the key of F sharp. So one thing that he brought to my awareness on my journey was that all of our chakras are tuned. We're like a tuning fork. You know, we ourselves, our vessels are an instrument. So in essence, when we want to go deeper into each layer and level of our entire energetic body, we can tune in and tap in to these different parts of ourselves, right? And that just blew me away, for one. But what he recommended for me was the F sharp, which is kind of like, it's the heart chakra, but it's like a high pitched, like it's the high heart, right? So really, really cracked me open receiving that flute, which was this tiny little piccolo. I don't even have it anymore, but it served me, and it served me so well because it really expanded my heart space to the degree that I started to follow my own footsteps in a way that I really hadn't been doing. I had been kind of like following myself and learning how to be self-guided and totally connected to source and spirit for, you know, my answers and my visions and my quest and like where I needed to be in my life. But I was still not fully open to receiving. You know, the heart is really that space in our body that we need to be open to receiving as well as giving, right? So upon receiving that medicine of that flute, I started to venture a little bit deeper and deeper, and I found myself on the doorstep of an ashram in northern New Mexico, just a few days prior to this unbelievable festival to the guru of the ashram. And so on that journey, I had the opportunity to stay at the ashram. I was camping in my truck at the time, so I stayed and I experienced a 24-hour puja. So puja is, worship or prayer, a practice. And this practice went on for 24 hours. And what we did was we were chanting the Maha Mantra, which means the great mantra, but it's the Hare Krishna mantra, most commonly referred to as the Maha Mantra. So chanting this particular piece over and over and over and over again in this temple space for 24 hours did something to me dramatically that I had never experienced before. For one, I felt like I was so intensely elevated and transformed energetically that I was like floating. I was really high in that sense. And I just felt so cellularly connected to that prayer chant after that it was ingrained in my being. It was ingrained in my essence. It had integrated fully into who I am. And so that really put me into a realization that sound as a healing tool, and particularly connected to mantra medicine, prayer chanting, and songs that are intentionally medicinal, right? So there's a difference between, a pop song and a medicine song. There's a difference in what it is trying to invoke. So words, we know, have extremely, they're very powerful, right? They hold so much, and our intention holds even more. So I oftentimes say that like anything done with intention is prayer. I really feel that way, whether it be like gardening or walking or meditating or practicing yoga on a mat, So song is no different, and it's really, really powerful and important to consider that. So going on from that moment at the ashram and deciding to, transform my entire life so that I could stay and practice there more and really dive super deep into chanting and mantra as a practice, an everyday practice, right? Eventually taking on the Hanuman Chalisa and working with that as a part of the satsang and receiving that medicine. That was a big part of my journey. And on that journey, I also received a guitar, right? So, someone gave me and gifted me a guitar, which was something I always felt like I wanted to attain in my life. I love to sing, but I had that same shyness that so many of us have, which is, I love to sing by myself in the shower or while I'm driving or, with one or two of my friends, but like nobody else, So what this gave me, this opportunity, was a chance to be able to sit in community with others who were completely non-judgmental and were very, very, very supportive. So at the core of why I do what I do now and why I share medicine as music and why I felt very, very guided to put together a songbook that was most expressively for women and women's circles is because I really feel that we need to be able to open this flower, right? Because the heart space has to feel safe in order to fully express with the voice and to kind of be able to start practicing moving that stagnant energy up and out and recognizing our voice as our power. So we need to, as women, as leaders, as, the matriarchal society of spiritual warriors, we need to practice creating safe space, containers that are with our tribe, our local tribe, okay? another reason I'll get into of why this is so important now. But we need to create space, and we need to find ways to practice together. And so moving forward, beyond the years I spent at the ashram, beyond my time moving back east and offering kirtans in New York, and practicing with others that were on their journey and wanting to do more prayer and chanting, and doing an online course about chanting and getting really deep into a steeped practice around that medicine, I returned to the Southwest. I returned to my heart space. I returned to this place that just feels so much like, my sacred home. And coming back to this earth, and coming back to, the love of my life, and my partner, who is my musical, counterpart, as I said, right? My music maker, my medicine maker, who makes all of my instruments, more or less, except for my harmoniums, my guitars, and those things. Ukulele, but like all the other really exotic, beautiful things he makes. I was given the opportunity to start stepping into more circles with women. And, if you know anything about the Southwest, you know that there are a lot of powerful, spiritual women here. I mean, some of the best, I would say. So we were able to start getting together in circles. My partner's drum circle became a community circle, so women were coming, and children were coming, and families were coming, and we started to share even more songs. We started to share these Earth Mama medicine songs, and that started to pull me in this direction of getting deeper into the physical body, because what I find is that when we chant mantra, it's easier to kind of float out of the body. It's easier because we're using this medicine as like almost transcendence, right? It really takes us to other planes. But then there's this equal opportunity to enjoy tapping down and rooting down in and through our bodies into the earth medicine and the mama, Pachamama, right? So these started like really working with me a lot, and meeting other people around sacred fires and at different ceremonies during the year, as it works with me, songs came through, and things were shared, and experiences were had. So these also shaped the concept around this songbook. So the title of this songbook is The Seeds of Seven Sisters. And that piece goes back many, many, many moons now to when I was traveling with my grandmother and walking her spiritual path. And I was gifted the concept of the Seeds of Seven Sisters in the center of a labyrinth. So I walked a lot of labyrinths with her. She was a labyrinth facilitator, and she, taught people, guided them through walking meditation. So as her pupil, in a sense, as her, as her spirit daughter, walking behind her and learning everything I could, just like a sponge, soaking up these things from her, I was gifted this medicine of the Seeds of Seven Sisters. And I carried that for many, many moons, just trying to understand it. And what is it? And, it really has evolved into many different kind of concepts and ideas for me. But the reason I chose to entitle this book with it is it goes back to the energy and the essence of the flower of life and the seed of life, the sacred geometry of these two beautiful pieces of life, okay? And of course, where I'm at right now is that life is yoga. Life is union. Life is everything. It is the practice, okay? So we have evolved beyond just yoga on a mat being life, right? Or being union. It's beyond that. We are beyond that. I particularly am at a point where that is my projection out into the world, that as we move through life, we are practicing union. So this is just a concept, just a little tidbit and piece of why I call what I do that. But the seeds of seven sisters, okay, if you understand the sacred geometry of the seed of life, I am my own seed, okay? My energy body is its own seed. My sister that sits to the left or the right of me, she is her own seed, and she, and she, and she. So as we start to circle together, our seeds that are meant to be connected, closely connected through vibration, through frequency, through, like-mindedness, through the work that we are here on this planet to do, right? We start to gravitate when our hearts are clear, when our minds are clear, when we're able to express ourselves clearly, right? And that is the essence of women's circles. We are coming together to cycle together, to talk about our moons, to talk about our wombs. I don't even write the word woman anymore. It's womb in, okay? That is my deepest like realization of what we as women are. So when we gather, our seeds have the opportunity to form this fabric of life, this flower of life, right? And 7 is a sacred number. 7 is the number of spirituality. 7 is the number of, the 7 sisters of the Pleiades, the star constellation, something that I'm very connected to. So, these are things that became this is why, like, the title of this book became The Seeds of 7 Sisters, because it's the first one. And I do believe that if we have the opportunity, and I want to give the opportunity, which is why I offered this book in the first place as a tangible hard copy. That was super weird. Sorry. The phone the video just popped, like jumped. So that is why I offered this video. I'm sorry, the book, I got really distracted by that. The book is meant to bring women together in these sacred circles, right? And if we can find a way to do it in groups of 7, even better. So that's one of my offerings, okay? So what is it exactly that we're doing here? What the heck am I talking about? What did I create? Like, what does it look like? I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, okay? Because I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, what I'm looking at. Okay, give me a second. So, don't even look at the background. I have so much stuff open on my screen. But so here is the book, okay? The book itself, when you log in to my website, okay, lifeisyogamama.com, there's a songbook section, and you can pop right in here, and you're going to be prompted to, first, there's one of the videos you can watch, me and my partner. This is the only video he sat in on with me, and he's playing his handmade ingoni, which is an African gourd harp. It is absolutely exquisite instrument. I'm just in love with the sound of it. So he accompanied me on one of the songs. And down here you have your package options, right? And I really, 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 really chose to make this as affordable as possible for the value that I'm offering here. So what you gain access to when you sign in as your membership is you get first and foremost an introduction video. You get 13 songs. So this book is comprised of 13 songs, okay? And the PDF itself, every song is, there's some different aspects here. Welcoming home, I'm just kind of like briefly gonna give you some little tips. So each song, let's just start with this. Asatoma is the first one. That is a prayer chant. So Asatoma, we have the song itself, the lyrics, and then I'm giving some reflection on each piece, particularly, maybe where it comes from, the lineage it comes from, what it means to me, how I choose to utilize the song. So it really gives you a deeper connection to the song through the written text in the book. And then each song has a video. So the video is meant to be a practice video. I don't do a lot of talking in it. That's basically left to the book itself. And the 5 to 7 minute videos, some are a little bit longer, depending for you to begin your practice with. So you dive right in to the song itself. You're receiving the melody of the song. I'm offering some different instrumentation, not on every single one, but you'll find ones that are just done with handmade shakers. You'll find ones that are done with guitar, with ukulele, with harmonium. And now again, like, just to be really clear, I am not teaching you the songs in regard, like, I'm not teaching you how to play the instruments, okay? That's not the purpose of this. That is a deeper thing altogether, and if that's something that really inspires you and you want that kind of level of one-on-one with me, we can discuss that through one-on-one journeys. But this particular way of sharing these songs is to show you and let you hear the melody, right? It's very difficult to take a songbook and just pick it up and all of a sudden, oh, I know the melodies. You don't know the melodies, So that's the idea. And I really, I put this together. I'm just going to go back to the beginning here. So again, you have 13 songs. I'm just kind of giving you a really quick little jump through because I want it to still be exciting, like, when you get this. I don't want it to be all, diluted. But I'll just read this for you. So this collection of songs is dedicated to all wise women, past, present, and future, whose hearts have called out through sacred song circles, illuminated under the moonlight and dark shadows of our great mystery. Women, woman, okay? Woman become one source, divine mother tongue, as we choose to sing, dance, speak, bleed, birth, breathe, and live together in natural communities based on compassion and harmony. Powerful we are in mind, body, and soul through intentional living and practices that bring us into union, yoga. Our individual seeds of life weave together strong, creating a greater fabric of creation. It is our calling as women to unite. This is one way, okay? And again, this is one way, right? It's not every way. It's one way. And it's beautiful. I'm going to come back to full screen here for the chat. So the beauty of this, sisters, is that there are different ways for you to utilize this platform, okay? If you are just saying, Emi, I want to sing. I want to open my heart. I want to learn some songs. I'm really shy. I don't really know where to start. This is a place for you to start, okay? there's a lot of simplicity in the songs. There's a couple that are a little bit longer. There's some that are shorter. There's some Sanskrit chanting. There's, prayer chants that are in Hebrew. They totally run the spectrum, right? It's not just one thing. So that being said, this is a private membership space for you. So if you choose this membership, you log in and you get access to it as often and as many times as you need. It's just yours, okay? That is one way to utilize it, having it be a personal practice. Now, my other option that I am, bringing to your attention is that I'm going to do a pre-sale on hard copies of the book itself, because, people want the book. I want the book. We want the book, I want to be able to have something tangible that I can hold in my hands. So if you choose the virtual membership, you will have a downloadable PDF of the entire book, along with, each page individually on every single video page. However, the PDF itself, you can take it and go print it. Okay, I made sure that you can print it with the way I used my words, because this is a private membership association. That is what I'm creating here. My partner and I are creating. So it's a part of your membership, and it's a part of, you being associated with us. So you should have no problem taking that PDF on a hard drive to a local copier and having them print you off and bind you a copy one way. I'm also going to run a pre-sale so that we can have members purchase and we can get the book done a little bit cheaper, okay? Because if you go to like Staples or something, it's not very cheap to run off books like that way. So this way it will be of more benefit for everyone, and I'll be able to do a larger printing of the book, and we will all receive. So what I'm going to do is there will be an update on my website where you can sign up for the pre-sale. So starting from today, I'm advancing that 3 weeks from now. So by June 3rd, which is a Friday, we're recording this on Friday the 13th of May. By June 3rd, I'm going to take all of those pre-sales together, and then we will go in and we'll run the order. So if you're looking to pre-sale a book, it'll be $25. It will be $30 if you need the book shipped to you, if you're not local and you can't come to the Shala and pick it up, okay? So that's what we're going to do. And as a group gift, I'm going to be offering packages of 7 books for $154, which breaks it down to only $22 per book. So my concept there is that this is an opportunity, sister. This is an opportunity for you. I have some sisters who really, are doing a lot of beautiful work in community with women. They don't live in the same exact town as I do. They want to be able to host circles and really feel like they can navigate and have something to springboard off of, which this book is. It's intended to be utilized, okay? These songs are not mine. They're ours, okay? I have just put them together for us in a comprehensive way that hopefully inspires and motivates many, many voices to open up, and we can continue to build off of that, So what I'm kind of getting at is that if one sister wants to be, the host, or wants to take on practicing these songs as her personal practice, she can do that through the virtual space. She can get herself going through that space, and she can also bring in 7 sisters who are interested in working with her in a circle. You can order the books together. You can utilize the one membership online. The person who's hosting can just utilize the one membership online and then receive back the medicine for that. Because if you have 7 women and you kind of break down the package and the virtual space, you can get everyone together in a workshop for $44 and all of your overhead is covered and everyone gets a book. So that's pretty freaking great. And I'm really trying to make it accessible, like I said, so that it's not overwhelmingly expensive. And everybody today online wants to talk about, investing in yourself, and the more you can do that, the better you are, and that's wonderful. But I'm also really realistic, and I recognize that, to make things accessible to other people, they really can't always afford them to be in the $1,000 range, and that's not what this is. This is like our medicine. It is our medicine, and I just am trying to prepare it for everyone in a way that's really accessible and affordable, and can be utilized to the best of our benefit. So yeah, the other thing that I will throw out there as an opportunity before we sing a song is, if you want me to come and work with you and a group of women, I am so open to the concept of doing song circles and traveling and showing up for that. So that's an opportunity, and right now I'm going to probably limit that to the Four Corners region, but I do want to put it out there while we're discussing what this is about and all the things and stuff. So I think I kind of covered it, and the virtual membership space, there is an introduction video, there is a closing video, there is a gift at the end when you complete the it's not really a course, but when you complete your journey through the virtual circle and you have, practiced all of these songs, and it's, just a little gift for you to continue on, working with me or being on this journey of diving deeper. Because oftentimes when we start to practice these medicine songs, something happens and we shift and we start to feel like, wow, like I really do need to go deeper, or I do need to pick up an instrument. Something else is starting to like drive me, and I need to feed that. So I honor that, because it's also been my journey, and I know how that feels and I know how that goes. So why don't we sing a little bit, because I don't want to run out of time here, but I know that I will, because I talk a lot. And this is a very, very, very sweet and beautiful instrument. This is made out of teak wood. This is a gourd. This is deer skin, all handmade. This is wrapped in silk. And this is called a ektar. Ektar. An ektar is a single string. So this is, ektara is a Hindu word, and it just means single string. And this is a very tiny one. So this is kind of like a travel size ektar. I also utilize these handheld instruments when I'm doing yoni steaming, which is another thing that you can explore through Life is Yoga Mama. I want to prompt everyone who watches this video to please sign up for a free membership into Life is Yoga Mama, okay? This is a private membership organization. I am not open to the public. I am pulling back my energy out of the public sector, okay? And we are only utilizing private space. And that is a very important key. I will talk about that more, probably in a different class or in a different video, because it's very, very important for us all now to understand the difference between public and private domain, and kind of understand how we can protect ourselves from, mandates and forced government issues that are not part of who we are, okay? So just putting it out there. But once you're inside the website, you will have a lot more opportunity to check out the offerings and the journeys and the instruments and the shop and, you know, all the things, the yoga classes we're doing locally, my private sessions that I do locally, this is all going to get you there. And it's free to sign up. So I really encourage, I really super encourage. So today, dear ones, I'm going to share screen again. Where were we? Were we here? We were here. Okay. So the song that I felt like I wanted to sing to you, since I can't sing with you right now, this is just kind of a presentation class, was one that I really, really, really deeply love. Oh, I love that one too, but that's not it. Here. How can I keep from singing? Okay. So the beauty of this, I will read the introduction because again, I want to share a little bit of this juiciness because I think once you realize what this is, you're going to be really excited about this book because I'm super excited about this book. So I know I can't be the only one. It's not possible. How can I keep from singing? This is a precious gift of a song from a songstress that touched my heart and soul as a young girl and seemed to open up my creative center to its wild, sensual nature. Enya was, and is an artist unique to her craft in so many ways. When I would lay and journey through headphones on the highs and mystical lows of her melodies and far-off lyrics, my spirit would leave my body, and I found an escape from my teenage blues and hormonal disconnects. She supported my expanse into womanhood, and I feel this song is one that has so much power and timeless refuge for all the women who come to this songbook to take up the joys and depth of medicine music. As the world we live in continues to sharpen and define itself on the material plane, we can learn to weather the environments around us with core practices like sacred song. It is in the defining quality of these old world lyrics that the true message of this adopted prayer can be realized. That religion, being sculpted into grace and intelligence of thought, gives me chills each time I hear and sing this song. I have found it to be an anchor for the maddening world of men and tyrants who seek to destroy the beauty of simple humanity. I believe it is in the songs that our hearts receive the blessing of triumph, good over evil, winning the waging war of our times. I close our circle with this song as an invocation and invitation for all women and girls to remember the power of their God-given voice and the inner connection to the goddess energy that will that will not allow any of life's storms to overwhelm or destroy us. Be brave and bold as you sing this, with all your dignity and pride, to be wild and free as you were born to be. Okay? So, the blessed song is so, so precious, and the lyrics are so old and powerful. I just want to make sure that, okay. So, I'm going to sing this for you without warming up or anything, okay? Because here's the thing, sisters. Your voice is beautiful, and you have to allow yourself to carry that voice that you own, okay, and connect it to the spirit of the goddess, and just allow her to keep working with you and keep working with you. So if your voice cracks or breaks, or you cry and you have experiences of like going through all of these things as your voice opens up, just know that you're not alone. It's natural. We are natural women. My life goes that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds and echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? While though the tempest loudly roars, I hear the truth, it liveth, and though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth, no storm can shake my inmost calm. Well, to that rock I'm clinging, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing when tyrants tremble in their fear, and hear their death kneel ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near? How can I keep from singing in prison cell and dungeon wide? Our thoughts to them are ringing, when friends by shame are undefined. How can I keep from singing? Back to the beginning. My life goes on in endless song, above earth's lamentations, I hear the real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. So it is, and so it is, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sisters. This is why we do this. The power and the beauty of sacred song and medicine is so important and so special to us, right? And we really have this opportunity now to do this work, and to do it together, and to share and to learn and to grow this collective voice. And I just empower you to step into this space and make it your own. So all of these things available to you. Come to lifeisyogamama.com. Sign up for free. Get yourself into the bulk of the website, okay? And to check out the Songbook link. See if you can make it work. There are a couple of different payment plans. It's not a lot. It really is accessible. And consider pre-sale on the Songbook if you want to have an actual copy. If you are a sister that wants to host a circle and you need support starting that circle in the Four Corners region, contact me. We can do this. We can make it happen. I can come to you. You can come to me. Okay? And consider the option for the group discount on the books. And just keep being beautiful and keep doing you. And I'm just so grateful that you joined me today for this virtual class. And I don't always love doing this, but I do really feel great after I do it. So I appreciate each and every one of you who's tuning into this on the website, on YouTube, however I get it out there into the world. And I hope this helps and gives you an opportunity and an understanding to dive deeper into this beautiful songbook with me. And I just bow to you, sisters, and I love each and every one of you. And I thank you so much for the opportunity to be this songbird in this lifetime, and to just carry the medicine of sacred song on and on and on through the lineage of our journey. So thank you so much, and I look forward to doing this again or meeting you. You can totally get at me through the website as well. Send me a contact and say, hey Emi, I want to chat with you and talk about working together, and I'm here for that. So good to have this opportunity, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Ciao for now.